Talisa. Hi, I'm Sina Steeding. I'm the Culture and Trends Manager at YouTube. Sounds a little bit weird, but I want to introduce, of course, our star guest today, which is Talisa Tossell. She's the slime queen of YouTube, so I want a round of applause like you haven't done this in 2 years. So Talisa, please. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, so we could make the trending joke of like, wow, we haven't done this in so long, and everybody's here in person, but so we're here today to talk about trends a little bit, about how you get into like slime content. But first of all, why am I here? I look at trends every day, and I try to understand what that tells us about culture in general, right? And I've actually seen a shift in trending content over the last few years of we're not really looking at viral videos so much anymore, a la like Gangnam Style or like Rebecca Black, but we're looking more at engagement, right? Today, trending topics, trending videos are more about engagement, which is obviously something you can tell us a little bit more about. But I think now the success of video content depends on not how many people have actually seen the video, but also how many people have reacted to it or made a remix out of it, or how much social impact it's had, right? So in engagement, obviously you have to find the right audience. I've seen very weird things find audiences, including slime videos. We've got farmers or board game enthusiasts, but also millions of people, millions, watching someone play with slime, like Talisa. Talisa, can you tell us how you started in 2016? You started uploading videos on YouTube. Can you tell us what made you do it and why on YouTube?
Yeah, so I was actually on Instagram, and I used to see it all the time, and I didn't really understand it. I would see it and think, this is really weird. I don't understand how anyone could watch this. But eventually, over time, it got better and more like curated, and I was like, okay, I really like these ones. And at the time, Instagram didn't have the functionality to save things, so I would have to manually save them to my phone. And I created what I thought would be a burner account, and I posted all of these videos I liked on there because it was taking up all my storage. I had no space on my phone. And in the first day, it got 5,000 followers, and over 6 months, 800,000. And people just kept asking, can we learn how to make this stuff? And I was like, well, I don't really want to make any videos because all of these videos are reposted, and I was giving credit to the creators, so it was creating like a nice community. But eventually I did make my first YouTube video, and overnight that got 2 million views, and I was like, okay, well, this is my job now. So that's how I got into it.
Just gotta have a crazy idea.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this was a while ago, so now, obviously, there's different formats as well. YouTube has YouTube Shorts now, of course, short form. And, internally at YouTube, we call those creators that do long form and short form and all of the other things that are available on YouTube. We call them hybrid creators, right? And I've noticed you also started doing YouTube Shorts, but not just YouTube Shorts, you're also on myriad platforms, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about the moment that you realized, like, I should probably be on other platforms too, or on different formats?
Yeah, so I was spending so much time on all of these different platforms. The first one was obviously Instagram, so I jumped on there. And then YouTube was where I made all the videos, but they have such different audiences that it's quite like hard to like split up all the content between them. So TikTok was the last one I did myself, and that was because I was just spending all my time on there. But yeah, it's really great. And then I kind of like handed over some of my stuff to Jelly Smack, who I now work with, and they do stuff for me on Snapchat as well, and that's really fantastic.
Okay. So that just kind of helps you juggle it all. Like, do you find it
Yeah.
harder to do that now?
No, it's really easy because, so for my Snapchat stuff, I didn't know how to even start, and I was recommended Jelly Smack by one of my friends, so I had the creator confidence, and I know they work with like Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, so great creators, and I didn't really know what to expect, but I was given a content manager, and they were like, we'll handle everything. They poured their resources into it. And then I was just earning passive income, and I got to, take a break. I was on like a tropical dream, just like taking holidays, and they were just dealing with everything. And in, I think, half a year, they got I think, over 1 billion views on Snapchat. So by the end of the year, I was like, okay, I love this, and it was really great.
Is there anything you think about before you make a piece of content that you say like, oh, this should be long form, this should be short form? Like, what goes on inside of your head when you choose that?
Yeah, so whenever I make content, I always make content that I would actually watch myself, because I think that's the best way to do it. And one of the things I always say is, if you're starting with content, also do the opposite of what you don't like. So I hate long introductions. So I made my videos that like have 10-second introductions. Everyone says they're like the best thing about it, and I'm like, amazing. But my videos, because I'm so like short form focused as well, I make it kind of like a compilation style, but also like in a way that works on YouTube in long form as well, so it can be split up, but also looks great as like a whole.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, talk about starting a video, right? You usually say, hi guys, and like, you know, most of the people here today are probably, you know, seeing you for the first time.
Well, I was speaking to you about this earlier. I never get recognized ever. People hear my voice, they see my nails, and they're like, oh my God, I love you. But it's never a case of where I'm like walking down the street and they know who I am.
Yeah, fun fact actually, hey guys is the most common greeting in YouTube videos. We did an analysis last year, and like, I don't remember the percentage now, but like most of the YouTube videos start with, hey guys.
Whenever you don't start with them, people actually pick you up on it and say, I really miss this. So I just have to shout, hi guys, into my like, camera every single week.
I want to talk about, real quick, about, you know, it sounds like being a creator these days is like, obviously there's more on your plate than when you first started out. Can you talk a little bit also about like your mental health journey throughout this? Because, you know, obviously it sounds like it started as a hobby, and then of course it turned into more of that. But like, can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, of course. So when I started in 2016, it was really, I guess, just like what you said, a hobby, and I wasn't doing it professionally, and I was doing it full time, and I was like, this is so fun, this is so exciting, you know, so many followers, and it was this nice phenomenon. And when it became a job, I was like, okay, well, this isn't going to last very long, it's a trend. So I really just put everything I had into it, and I've never had an editor. I've come up with all my video ideas. I've done literally everything myself. And so in the first year, I was like, okay, this is great. Second year, I was like, okay, this is getting a lot, but like, it's still going, so stick with it. Third year, I was like, oh my goodness. And as soon as the pandemic hit, I was like, this is so overwhelming. There are so many different platforms. And yeah, I just really needed a break. And that's why Jelly Smack came in as well, because I really just needed to like have some time off.
Yeah.
And they do everything for me, so I was actually able to just chill and have everything done.
Now, of course, your topic is very niche, right? I mean, I don't know how many people here today have seen a slime video, but obviously we have a lot of brands here today. Do you think you've got some advice for brands how to make niche products work on?
I think just spot what you like, even if it's the weirdest thing in the world. Like pimple popping is a huge trend, and just because one person likes it and made a video, all of these people admit to liking it. And it's the same with slime. Like people are always like, oh my goodness, it's my guilty pleasure. So like, never shut down an idea that you have and you really like, because there are going to be so many people who like it. So that's my biggest piece of advice.
Totally. I mean, I've seen so many things where I'm like, no one's going to watch that.
Yeah. And then they do.
Yeah, I know.
Like, one of my favorite YouTube shorts is someone, it's like science experiments, and he just dips this like bag of silver into a liquid, and it has like 100 million views.
Millions, yeah.
And like, you wouldn't even think to do it, but it's so interesting to watch.
Yeah, and it's also, obviously, you could also do elaborate experiments and like make 20-minute videos out of it, right? But like, sometimes it's that little bit of action that we just want to see, and like, you don't really need an elaborate video for that, right? Like, it's the same with, you know, 60 seconds, someone digging their hand into the slime, like, works for me. How do you make sure that your content resonates with people over time, right? You've been doing it for so long, like, how does it stay fresh?
Well, it's so hard because people are constantly growing. Like, people who, when I started in 2016, were 13, are now at college and like 19. And so the easiest way to do it is just do what you like, but also spot trending stuff. So whenever there's like a new product out, like one of my favorite things I did was when the AirPods came out, I bought some knockoff AirPods and I mixed them in slime, and everyone was like, oh my goodness. And they were obviously like you know, not very expensive, but everyone
Yeah.
went crazy and it went viral and like loads of people were posting it. Like not even YouTube people, it just went viral on Twitter and it was
Yeah.
amazing.
That's obviously music to my ears, right? Because I do trends, and I'm always saying to people, you know, look at the trends. Like, there's almost no trend that you
Yeah.
can't make an idea of,
Yeah.
right? Even if you don't use that trend in, you know, that trend right there, like the dance trend. There's something you can make out of it, I feel, you know? And I mean, you're kind of the testament to that, you know? You just take a trend and like put it in slime. I mean, can't make that up. But yeah, just rounding up our session here today, like what can we expect to see from you? Like, I mean, you have almost, you know, achieved it all, but like, is there anything that you are still aiming for?
So I want to go on more platforms. Don't exactly know how yet, but I want to do more and just expand more on the platforms I am doing, carry on with it, and also just try other creative things. I love the arts, like acting, I love actual art making, so just anything creative, you're going to catch me there.
I think we're in for a ride with you. I think we're going to see exactly that happen, and we're so lucky to have you here today, and it's been great to be on stage here. Look out for all the jokes of, you know, this is the first time we're doing this in such a long time, first time in an actual dress in 2 years. But yeah, thank you so much for being here
Well,
today.
thank you for having me. I'm so glad to be here. It's my first time in Germany.
Yeah, so it's our first time in Germany. So like, as we get out of here, like I want to hear some noise, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.